Hello and welcome to the GX Podcast, the world's first podcast focused on government services and their future. In this podcast, we talk about everything related to government excellence, government service design and delivery, GovTech, and citizen engagement. Join us for insightful interviews and conversations every month. Visit us online at gx.ae. Hi and welcome to this episode of the GX Podcast. I have with me Cevat Yerli from the Tomorrow Foundation. Cevat, welcome to the GX Podcast.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. Cevat, you are an expert in the gaming world, and you have such an amazing background when it comes to developing video games, looking at the ecosystem, and we're doing a lot. The metaverse is coming, virtualization is coming, the whole world of virtual is happening.
Yeah.
Is this really happening? Are we in an era where we could use these things in government?
Yes, so video games have been always about digitally manifesting our human nature, right? It's about being playful. It's about growing up and learning in a playful way. And now we are doing this with video games, right? So video games' purpose is not just entertainment, is to shape and form kids and youngsters and adults. And we have been working for video games. I've been building video games since I'm 12 years old. I started my first company called Crytek in 1999. And we have been working on video games that not only were like creating better human, but we also shaped a form of technology and real-time 3D engine that will become the modern blueprint of 3D engines for the game industry. So our impact has been to allow human skills and human capacity to create better experiences faster than ever before. And now, of course, the metaverse is here. And when you think about the metaverse, what is the metaverse, right? These are virtual worlds where people come together to interact. And the closest analogy to that is the natural industry that emerged, natural behavior in the industry of gaming, right? The game industry, people came together always to interact. And so what we are focusing on is bringing this to the metaverse for real people, as we call it, the Internet of Life, where real people can meet in virtual spaces. And that can be used, for example, for the benefit of the governments and businesses and organizations, society at large. Can meet face-to-face. Governments can provide government services now in the metaverse of the kind that we do with real people and have a government agent serve a citizen the right kind of topic and having body language and facial expressions at the same time.
Yeah. Right. So in terms of, there's two parts to this whole evolution, and when you fast forward to the future, you're looking at hardware development, of course, right? Hardware and hardware technology supporting the metaverse or the virtual worlds.
Yeah.
And you're looking at software. But the most important one is the adoption by governments to these technologies, right?
Correct.
How do you think governments should go about it? Or have you seen any breakthroughs in any government across the world trying to push the envelope a little bit?
Yes, I mean, Dubai, the government of Dubai is actually at the forefront of this. And in the relationship of the Internet of Life, we have our first leading customers are the Prime Minister Office of the UAE, the Ministry of Health and Prevention of UAE, also Emirates Health Services. So what we are doing there is to bring this unique approach of the metaverse that's accessible to everybody. Citizens of UAE can reach their government services from all over the world now. And governments at the same time can provide safe and secure interfaces as it's expected from them to their citizen, right? And we are doing this at the ease of without hardware, without VR. Yeah. We are doing this in the most inclusive way by enabling this on the browser, on laptops and tablets. At one click away, you're able to meet and get your government services across the world. So this is happening real. And governments, as long as they can serve citizens face-to-face, I think the Internet of Life and the metaverse is here to stay and allows governments to provide an unbelievably rich and beneficial experience at the comfort of anywhere for your citizens.
So thank you. That's so incredible. So you're saying that now we've stopped using, in some cases, the bulky hardware. So you could, have a service delivery center of some kind where a citizen walks in, they have to maybe renew some service or do whatever interaction they need to do with government.
Correct.
And potentially there is that element of a virtual assistant that can assist them.
So the way it works with Internet of Life is, let's say you want to renew your ID, right? You would go to the website of the government.
Yeah.
You would click on the government center, the virtual center. You literally would be just click away to enter the server, the center, without VR headsets, right? Without the avatarization. I'll explain that.
Yeah.
So once you go in, you're in an experience of a space. Now you can say, I want to download a brochure, watch a video, listen to a sound or like a voice, or interact in a space like in a video game you would do. But then you can call for an agent. And an agent is like a real person that comes and teleports right into front of you on a desk, on a service center desk, and says, how can I help you? Like real life, not virtual. It's a virtual twin of a real person, i.e. it's a video based, it's real life, it's real identity, right? And you are also real when you enter by transporting you through the webcam into that space. Now you have a face-to-face discussion. Once you're done with that deeper emotional connection, which allows for conversational to happen as opposed to avatars, which takes away of a lot of the communication that happens in your body and your face, right? 93% of communication actually is non-verbal, right? So when you're in an avatar, you're like at 83% minus, like you are like 10% of the communication before you say a word. And so we are overcoming these obstacles by being inclusive, by being accessible, by being real people. We are making this the most practical and comfortable solution for the governments.
That's incredible. What do you foresee as the next 5 to 10 years being in the government services domain when it comes to adoption at a mass scale? What do you see? What should happen?
Well, if you ask me, all governments in the world should provide their citizens services that can be experienced through a one-click away portal teleportation experience that could be on laptops, mobile phones, and tablets. And later, when the devices are more convenient to use over like lightweight glasses or maybe contact lenses, this could be also virtual reality hardware. But today, 3 billion people have the devices necessary to go into that internet experience already now. So I think that should happen, because the more this happens, implicitly governments contribute to a better planet, empowering the citizen from everywhere to be able to do this, and create eventually to a better outcome, right? And so what I mean is, when governments are doing that, they save on carbon emission, the travel time for the citizen to go to a government center, right? So they contribute to a better world just by offering that great service.
Excellent. Cevat, thank you so much for your time to be with us and for our audiences on the GX podcast. A lot more about Cevat at the Tomorrow Foundation. Do you have a website we could visit?
Yes, it's called tomorrow.com, TMRW.com.
Tomorrow.com. Thank you so much, and we wish you a great time here at the World Government Center.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.